Hello everyone and welcome back to Jasmine's Crazy Cat Tarot, and we're doing the second installation of tarot and statement analysis. So now we have focused on Donwells and his suspicious statement. Now we are going to focus on one of Canduswells' suspicious statements. There are numerous to choose from, so if any of you can think of anything else that you would like a little insight in, let me know down below and we can look into it together. What I want to ask Spirit today is what exactly Canduswells meant when she said in that first interview about Summer going missing, "No one would treat her like that when I'm around." What did she mean by that statement? So we are going to start with the dictionary. So Spirit, please tune us into the energy of Canduswells and what she meant exactly when she said no one would treat Summer like that when she was around. Like what? And why did she say this? Can we get some insight? Okay, so return. Something needed to be returned. Irreverent could be significant. I am thinking of Reverend Donna. I am a big fan of her work. Revenue, reverberate, and echo. I feel like Candus could hear things, but you know, it's easy to look the other way or not listen, even when the noise reverberates. It was background noise. She tuned it out. Reverence. Yeah, I do feel like she respected the church. Mother is significant, a revelation. And this was revenge. And she actually revealed her true intentions, her true thoughts. Yeah, in retrospect. She was trying to retrace her steps, but retouch the story. This was a retaliation, a payback, revenge. Retard. Retention. Retaining memory. Yeah, she definitely has the power of memory retention, that's for sure. She's very reticent. She's very uncommunicative, very secretive, very reserved when she talks, but sometimes she slips when she does. And she retorts. So when she's feeling petty, that's when she slips up the most. Resurrection. And we literally just asked, what did Donwells mean by I will see her again in the resurrection? So maybe she feels the same. Resuscitate. Restore to life. A park could be significant. Something being restored. This is a result. Candus felt restricted. She's restraining her emotions and what she truly thinks. But reticent is definitely standing out to me the most. Politics. Yeah, but she was like holding a lot back, but she's a very dependent person. She is a follower of her mother, her husband, retreat. So she has retreated from the spotlight, the public. Retroactive, having validity from an earlier date. I feel like June 15th was actually an earlier date. This is part of the story. We're going backwards. Yeah. So, yeah, something about her life was just going backwards and she has to retread carefully and cautiously so she doesn't forget her lies, you know? But yeah, sometimes we don't mean to reveal, but it just happens. Okay, so let's get down to business and ask the cards. What did Canduswells mean when she said nobody would treat Summer like that when she was around? What did Candus mean by that statement? What did Candus mean by that statement? We have the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. Which way does this want to fall, Spirit? Yeah, in reverse. False start, vexation, delays and a misunderstanding. Okay. Misfortune, failure, chaos. Returning again to the exact same situation. So Candus just repeats herself, her bad karma. This is generational and familial trauma and karma. King of Swords. Yeah, controlled but determined. Designs and plans. She's a follower. She just has to follow the plan, the narrative, the script. Temperance background energy. So everything in moderation, but there is some sort of a realization. So I feel like even if Candus did realize something, see something, say something, even if she tried, I feel like she was cut off by a masculine. This is a pattern of hers. And yeah, I mean, the Ace of Wands, it's kind of showing me that I feel like Candus resented Summer. She felt like Summer got in the way of her marriage, her love life, her sex life in one way or the other. But this was her projection of her failure of being a parent. She did not protect Summer. She did not go to war for Summer. And I feel like now they are trying to keep their lives in order with precision. Yeah, a combination of forces. Yeah, so if Candus was involved, I don't think it was solely her idea. She was just a player in the great game, if that makes sense. I want to see what she meant, and then we will clarify the why. What did Candus mean by saying that? This wants to fall. What did Candus mean when she said that? Ghosted. Yeah, she was detached from her old daughter. She was very cold towards Summer. She gave her the cold soldier shoulder. Soldier could be significant. Cycles, triggers, lessons. So she is just stuck in this endless cycle because she's not breaking the chains. So the Wheel of Fortune keeps on turning, but unfortunately it's a constant toxic cycle. Rinse and repeat. So what does Candus mean by that? GPS. Yeah. So June 15th is significant, but it's to confuse the public. I do feel like there was a plan, an agenda, and it was all set out. She was just following a script, following the leader kind of a thing. And she was very detached from the situation because she was blaming Summer for something. We do have backstab, pain, cheating, deception, mind games, love bomb. So I feel like she felt, in a way, Summer backstabbed her, or like she was projecting her pain onto the wrong person in the wrong place. And Summer was her target for taking her frustrations out on. Yeah, we have too late. Yeah. So it's too late. We can't turn back time. The Wheel of Fortune has turned, and it was very unfortunate for Summer. And she knows that it's too late already. So she's just trying to redeem herself in the ways that she can. But even when Summer was here with her, she was always looking in other directions. She was detached from her own daughter, her own children and family. So let's get the why. Why did you say this? And we will leave it at that. I just want to get a direct answer from Spirit. and see how on the nose we can make this. So, why did Candus say no one would hurt her when she was around in regards to Summer letting go? Because she's already let go of Summer, the outsider. Yeah, and look, this is a child locked outside a gate. She feels like Summer is already gone to the gates of heaven, the resurrection. But in life, Summer was like trapped, and I feel like Candus was unfairly punishing Summer. Yeah, so she's already let go of her own daughter. Why did Candus say this in the first interview? Laziness. That came out for donwells too. Yeah, she was a lazy parent. So she didn't want the public to think that she'd do nothing. You know, when she's around, nothing's going to happen. But, you know, she's not accountable for when she's not around, because she knows something nefarious happened to Summer when she wasn't around, ultimately. But I feel like when she was around, she was just looking the other way, tuning everything out. Because she was more interested in herself, and this one wants to come to consciousness and maturity. Yeah, so she treated Summer older than she really was, and that's fucked up. Suppression in reverse. So, like, Summer was kept trapped, kind of like a pet. But I don't feel like they treat their pets or their children well. Okay, so what we're going to do is get the tea. Self-love. Candus needs more self-love. Yeah, it ain't always about you, Candus. But if she loved herself and respected herself, I feel like she would not keep on repeating these cycles. Yeah, she may have learned it from her family. Maybe it's all she knows. Better the devil you know than the one you don't. And that's the way she saw it with Summer, with her children. So, what is the tea on the statement that no one would treat her like that when I was around? We've got giving money. I got this with donwells also, so there was some sort of money exchange in regards to Summer. She was fishing for comments, for compliments. She was trying to make herself sound like a caring and concerned and compassionate parent when she is none of the above. Karmic friends, yeah. And even Dawn said, you know, Candus hangs out with the wrong kind of friends. So maybe her friends hurt Summer. Divination abuser. Yeah. She was an abuser, all right. I feel like she's very easy to read, and this does worry her. That's why she's keeping a low profile. I feel like she knows the psychics are onto her. Like, she's afraid of psychics. Careless. Okay, so yeah, something about the vehicles, and also June 15th. I don't feel like we have the full story, or maybe this happened prior and just, you know, they went over a trial run. Yeah, like a false start. So maybe this was supposed to happen on a different day, ultimately. But yeah, and I remember hearing that Dawn did buy Candus a new car, kind of as a gift for shutting up. When she rang the police that time, apparently he came and bought her a new car, or there was, I don't know, a lot going on with Jose and stuff, and they got into a fight, and Candus was going to get Dawn charged for hurting Summer, but she ultimately didn't, and she got a new car out of it. Dirty offer, yeah. She was accepting dirty offer offers dirty cash for people to do not so nice things, cyberbully. So she's scared of the public backlash. She's scared of the psychics. She's scared that eventually she will end up in chains. Ain't she? So I feel like she's just in a state of anxiety right now. What is Candus feeling currently? Ain't she? She feeling like she ain't she. What does Canduswells currently feel? Please and thank you, Spirit. Whoa, before we end, she's feeling broke. Happiness hater. Wolf in sheep's clothing. Yeah. I feel like at first I thought Candus was the more submissive of the two. But they're both abusers. She's a wolf in sheep's clothing. And she hates on people's happiness because she's unhappy. She hated on Summer for all the wrong reasons. She was supposed to protect her, but she was just another predator in her life. And yeah, maybe she's kissing someone's ass for money, or yeah, she's thinking of doing something for money. Yeah, so okay, I'm gonna leave it at that. Let me know down below if you enjoyed this, what you thought, what you think the cards are saying in regards to this statement, and let me know any other statements you want me to analyze with my cards, and we will be on it together. Goodbye, God bless, and let's all pray for Summer Moon Utah Wells. Mwah.